Okay, sun is shining. Husband and the baby are outside, hopefully getting some tulips for me. I'm really nervous about doing this, but hey, new year, new me, and all that jazz, guys. Let's do this. Hi, my name is Sonja. I'm a 30 something woman living in Helsinki, Finland. I'm currently on parental leave with our firstborn baby, 6 months, almost 7, and with my husband. They're outside right now. And welcome to Kutopia. What is Kutopia? Kutopia is a knitting utopia, and for me, it means three different things. Firstly, it is it's a feeling that you get when you start a brand new project and everything is possible. Sun is shining, birds are singing, baby's not crying, everything is possible. And you just get the feeling that the world is right. And then secondly, knitting utopia, it's these delusions that I have according my own skill set as a knitter. I am a bit lazy as a knitter. I don't tend to do swatches at all. I'm just very confident that I'll get it right the first time, and I don't get it right. I rarely take any notes. I try to, but then I got this flow mode going on, and I don't take notes. I'm just like, I'm gonna remember what I did later on, and I don't remember, and then I have troubles doing 2 pairs of socks because I don't remember what I did with the first one. And also I have this overconfidence with myself that I start a project. I take a glimpse at the pattern. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. And then I run into some trouble, and I always blame the pattern. The problem is in the pattern. There's a mistake in there because I know what I'm doing, and that has happened like once. I've been knitting since I was 16 or 17, and that has happened once. But I'm just not gonna learn that. Never. So that's the second knitting utopia. My delusions of my own skills as a knitter. And then the third one, the largest one, I think this is the knitting utopia that you're gonna get on this channel, on this blog. So knitting utopia, it's the me and the life that I tend to knit for, which is not necessarily the me and the life that I'm living, you know? It's like when you go shopping and you buy clothes for that dream, or, the ideal you. I'm just gonna go to the office wearing this really sharp blazer, and then you just don't do that, or something like that. That's often when I see new patterns or get an inspiration for a sweater or something, I see myself wearing it in the woods, just really this beautiful, tranquil scenery in the woods. But in reality, I live in the city. Okay, we do have natural preservation, a small forest just behind the building. I'm looking at the window. There are some buildings, and after that, it's forest, and it takes us just 10 minutes to the seashore We have 3 beaches around here, and we're very lucky, and it takes only 40 minutes to the center of Helsinki for us. We're very lucky. But still, this idea of me just wandering in the woods is not reality. I have a baby, I have a stroller, it's raining. I'm always hot because I have to have a jacket because it's raining or something like that. So that's something I struggle with because, of course, I want to knit for this utopia, for this knitting utopia, for a better me, for a better life. But also I have to remember to knit for the life that I'm currently living. I try to be mindful with the stuff that I buy or with the stuff that I make. So just there are so many yarns and color combinations and patterns and techniques that I'd like to try, but I know that I wouldn't wear them myself. And that's why I tend to knit quite a lot as gifts for other people, because other people are more adventurous dressers, or they use more or different kind of colors in their clothing than I do. So that gives me more options to knit for. But yeah, especially when I started to get really excited about knitting. Knitting in Finland is quite a common skill. We learn to knit socks in school, and that's just something that I'm not gonna say most of us, but quite a large chunk of population can knit in Finland. You can go to practically any grocery store in here and buy yarn and eggs at the same time. So when I started, I don't remember what I was talking about. You see, I usually just talk to my husband and the baby. It doesn't count. I need some human connections in my life. So yeah, I completely lost it. But when I was getting more and more into this knitting scene, and I was so excited about the possibilities, and I bought so much yarn. I have way too much yarn. I have yarn that I'm struggling to see myself using, and it's not cool. It's not the life I want to live. And it took me many years to realize that what was the problem with my knitting and with me not wearing the things that I was knitting. But I think I'm getting there. And another thing, you have to, the first thing is to realize that what really is your style and what sort of knits do you wear, and knit those kind of things. Oh, to also be honest with yourself, like I wear very much black and grays, and I could use a black basic pullover, but am I gonna knit one? Probably not. So that's something that I can just buy. So you have to be honest with yourself. What do you really want to knit, and what do you really want to wear? And where do those two meet, connect? Once again, I lost the plot. This is not easy. I don't know how you guys do this, but I'm gonna try. So yeah, the first idea was to know what your style is. I'm gonna have to get back to that one. But yeah, that's the knitting Utopia in a nutshell, in a 10-minute nutshell. So not a nutshell at all. But so yeah, that's about me and what sort of knitter I try to be. And I have a huge stitch on my jaw that I've been scratching in my sleep. Perfect. Yeah, but let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. On to finished objects. I got 2 at the moment. And firstly, I want to show you a hat that I knit. It's a pattern called Jaska Pipo, Jaska hat. And here it is. It's just this very basic long hat that it's made out of twisted rib. It's this beautiful jade green, and it's knitted out of Regia premium silk sock yarn. And the pattern, I checked, it's only available in Finnish, unfortunately. But it's very basic hat. I really like these decreases that you make. I think it will fit well. Can you see it? And then you can fold the hem like this. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a good hat. It's gonna be a gift. It's not for me, but I'm gonna try it anyways. It's knitted with 2.25 millimeter needles, but since this part is like, it's not even double folded, it's 3 folds, 3 layers of the knit. So I think this will be quite warm for the person it's going to. And it was, now I know, now I remember what I was talking about. I try to be mindful with my knitting because since I had the baby, the light of my life, I don't have the time to knit that I used to. So I want to be mindful with what I do with my free time. There's a lot of mindful on this episode. I'm getting it now. Sorry. Yeah, so I want to be mindful with the things that I do with my free time. And it means that I don't want to do knitting that doesn't give me some joy while doing it. If it's a basic pattern like this, I tend to knit very basic patterns. I'm a boring person. I actually have I just around there I have an artwork that says I like boring things. That's me. But I actually enjoyed knitting this, although it's just twisted rib, because you could get to this flow just knitting it. And it's currently February 7th, Sunday, while I'm making this episode, filming this episode, and the nights are long and dark in Finland still. So I don't want to keep a lot of lights on at night. We're watching some TV or movie with my husband, and I'm knitting, and I this was perfect because I didn't have to look what I was doing. It was like, I think I needed 34 centimeters before the decreases, and I didn't need to think about what I was doing. And I really enjoy this color. It's beautiful, and the yarn is super soft. The ball's dirty because we haven't done any vacuuming. So this hat took it took 78 grams of the yarn, so I have a decent sized ball still here, and I will probably be making more of these. I think I wanna knit one as a gift. I have a yarn in my stash that I'm thinking, and then the pattern has 4 sizes, but they are all adult sizes. But I'm thinking that I want to make a similar hat for my baby. And I actually have leftover from this. This is Find Your Fate by Andrea Mowry. And it's this yarn. It might be Madeline Dosh, but I'm not sure. It's been 3 years since I knitted this, so I can't remember. But I think I have some leftover yarn in this color. I need to make it really cute hat for the springtime or the fall time, because it's already February and I don't have a lot of time to knit. Let's be honest here. Anyways, that's the first ready object. I haven't woven in the ends yet, but that's fine. On to the second one. I have a pair of socks. Here you go. These are Rose City Rollers, a free sock pattern that I found thanks to Amy from Stranded podcast. I need to check that. But yeah, Amy has knitted quite a few pair of these, and last year I got excited. I think I needed 4 pairs of Rose City Rollers, and I will probably need another 4 pairs this year. This yarn is also Regia, but it was just off-white Regia that was actually, I say Regia as a Finn because I am a Finn. I don't know how you need to pronounce I don't know how you should pronounce it. So it was an off-white 4-ply sock yarn that was meant for hand dyeing, and dye it I did. I took a indigo dyeing course with my friend. I think it's maybe 1.5 years ago. So I dyed the yarn myself. I'm really happy with it. It's, if I remember correctly, the indigo itself was a natural. It wasn't synthetic. But the dyeing process, not to dye, but to dye, the process itself wasn't natural. It used some very heavy chemicals. And I actually have the ball of yarn here. This only took like 38 grams of yarn, so I have at least another pair of Rose City Rollers here with me. And then I have another ball. It's a slightly different color. This one has more darker tones and also more lighter tones. I was just seeing what can you do, trying things out with my friend. And I have actually started to knit another pair of Rose City Rollers, but I'm not gonna talk about these yet because I'm not gonna be working on with these for at least a month. I don't think. These are awesome. Also, I didn't tell you guys, these are a gift. And after I've stopped I have stopped filming, I will weave in the ends and I will pack these up and go to the post office tomorrow. These are around size 38 to 30, 37 to 38 European sizes. Yeah, these are the finished objects. On to the whips. I have 2 active whips with me. And first is Elli Kauluri, Elli Cowl. And it's a sad looking thing. I had a good 8 centimeters of this going on, but then I dropped a stitch. And since I'm using merino, I tried to pick it up, but it didn't happen. And I used a lot of hours trying to fix it, but then in the end, I had to unravel the whole thing and start again. So here we are. So this is Elli Kauluri, Elli Cowl. It's a free pattern from Ravelry by, oh my god, Marika Lepist. Yeah, that must be it. She has her own blog, a podcast called Koukuttajan kootut. It's in Finnish. It's really good. I've been watching it for like 3 years now. She's been a great inspiration for me in starting my own blog. So the pattern was, I think it was sort of Christmas present for her viewers a few years back. Maybe. I don't know. Can't remember things like that. I haven't slept out through the night since the baby was born. Yeah. The yarns that I'm using are, I have Kamaros Yaku. It's a fingering weight merino yarn. It's superwashed, which is something that I don't necessarily want to buy a lot of superwashed yarn in the future, except for the baby, because I have a feeling that our baby might be somewhat allergic to the wool, like rustic wool, but for myself. But I knitted an Oslo hat from this yarn a few years back, and I got this inspiration that I wanted to make a cowl using the same yarn, so I had to buy more of it. But this is not my usual color, this sort of brown, but I really enjoy working with this, and I love the hat. I should have brought the hat with me today. Brought from a few meters down there. But maybe when I'm done with the cowl, I'll at least take pictures with them together. And then the second yarn is Hedgehog Fibers Merino Sock. It's in Potluck color, so you can get another one. And my cake is so sad looking because I had to unravel the whole thing. But it's these two, these are not my colors. Oh, this combination at least is not mine. But I fell in love with it. I bought it from Diddy in Jyväskylä, Finland. It's a beautiful yarn store in there. And they have this knit fest, or they did before COVID, knit fest in July. I think at least for 5 years now. They have classes and different yarn vendors, and it's a great thing to have. And then they have also had Knitfest Winter Edition, and I bought this from the Winter Edition 2 years ago. It has this peachy tones and light pink and blues and whites, and then there are just a few speckles of nearly the same brown than this Yaku. And I think that these are not necessarily, this is not an obvious pairing in my opinion, but they work really well together. You have to believe me, because I can't show it to you because I had to unravel the whole thing. But yeah, maybe next time. It was actually yesterday the baby was sleeping and we were in the sauna with my husband and I was just, excited. Like, the cowl is so it's such a rewarding project for me. The colors are so beautiful and it's just flowing, the knitting, and I have to unravel a few stitches, but that's fine because it's such a great project. The first thing of knitting Utopia, when the sun is shining and everything is possible. And then we were watching a movie and I realized that I really need to start this whole thing over. And I couldn't be pissed about it because my husband was sitting next to me. So I just put on a happy face, like, yeah, I don't mind at all. I didn't mind. But yeah, it's gonna be beautiful. And it's for this knitting Utopia version of me where we're gonna go camping with our family. Before COVID, we were dreaming that in a few years, when the baby's a bit older, I'm thinking that doesn't wear a diaper anymore. That could be a good point. We're gonna rent a car and drive through the Baltics and Germany and Denmark and come back through Sweden, visit some yarn stores on the way, sleep in a tent. That's gonna be great if it ever happens. And that cowl and the hat, therefore that adventure, Sonja. But I will get a wear out of it even before that. Even in home, I have this great blue outdoor jacket that I think it will go nicely with. So it's not just the future ideal Sonja. I hope you hear me because I can sense myself toning down a bit because it feels a bit silly to be talking to yourself in an empty apartment. What do the neighbors think? Yeah, on to the next one. I'm really babbling here, sorry. I'm making these fingerless mittens, once again as a gift. I just need to look at the notes that I did with this. Oh, I totally forgot. I'm knitting these with 3.5mm needles. The few rounds of twisted strip that I did in the beginning were with 3.3mm needles. Yeah, the pattern said 3.25, but I didn't really have any, so I used 3. And I'm using 80cm cable and it's just the wrong size. If it were smaller, it would be okay. If it were longer, shorter, yeah, that's the word. If it were longer, it would be okay, but this 80cm, it's just wrong. But I'm gonna keep on doing that because I'm too excited to order myself a new set of needles and wait them to arrive, and I'm not gonna do that. So onto this one. So maybe fingerless mittens is the wrong word. I'm gonna, fingerless mittens, they're gonna end in here, but then I'm gonna need this flap that you can fold over your hand, or you know what? I'm gonna get one just like that. You guys wait. Okay, I'm back. So this is the thing I'm talking about. These are knitted out of arvetta, Filcolana arvetta, and I don't think that they held up that well. I'm not happy with the yarn. But yeah, this is the thing I'm making at the moment. You see, it looks like a regular mitten, but then you can just... There is a word for this. Tell me, guys, what am I making? What is this? What is this? So, this is the thing I'm working on. The gray ones. These are just regular double point needles because I don't have a 3-point cable, 3mm cable long enough to do magic loop with magic loop, because I want to make both of them at the same time so I can get them to, in the same size. Because as I told you guys, I don't do notes. I don't even do many calculations these days because I'm so tired. So this is the best way to make 2 identical mittens. The yarn that I'm using, it's one of my favorite yarns. It's called Ilo and Suru sock yarn. It's from this organic sheep farm Rintalantila in Finland. And Ilo and Suru, you can translate it to joy and sorrow. I don't know, a bit. Yeah, never mind. If I remember correctly, Ilo and Suru are the first sheep that the yarn was made with. This is a 2-ply. It's not dyed. It's natural gray. It's very rustic. It has 85% finiship wool and 15% polyamide. We are having some non-plastic sock yarns in Finland. I haven't yet tried them. I have one yarn and I want to try it. And I think it's really exciting. I think they use tencel instead of polyamide. And it's really exciting. But I think that you need to have something in your sock yarn to make it durable. So the polyamide in this one, it's not a huge crime to me, because if I'm gonna put in the hours to make something, I want it to last. Hence why I'm not happy with this. So yeah, I'm super excited about this. I don't have a pattern. I'm loosely following a Vasama pattern by Anna Johanna. I think it's a free pattern, and I think it's only available in Finnish. I will put a link down below if I know how to. But I use it basically for the how many stitches I need and how many rows do I need to knit them, so on. But let's give credit where credit's due. It's a good pattern from Anna Johanna. Yeah, so I need to start the increases for the thumb next. But this is, once again, it's sort of a boring project, but I enjoy. Gray is my favorite color. This is my favorite yarn. The needles are a bit pain in the ass, to be honest, but there are so many pluses that I can live with it. I have 24 rows of twisted rib in here, and then a few rows of stockinette. yeah, I'm really excited about these, and these are gonna be a gift because this is the only one that's left from this pair. Yeah, those are my active knitting projects at the moment. As I showed you guys, the Rose City rollers from Regia, but I'm not gonna be working on with those for a few months, so we'll get back to that. Then there are a few other things I want to talk to you guys about. This is gonna be a project, but not my project. I have a friend who lives in Oulu. That's kind of far away. We used to live in Oulu. We went to uni there, but then we moved to Helsinki for jobs, for work. And my friend still lives there, and I miss her so much. I think it was March last year that we saw each other last time. It was just a few weeks before this whole COVID-19 situation, and of course we message each other and we have talked in phone a few times. I am millennial enough that I don't like phone calls, and that's sad. But yeah, she reached out to me this week and she was like, she doesn't knit. She has knitted one pair of socks with my help, and I'm very proud of her. So she reached out and she was like, I want to make this head thing that has a knot in it, and you don't probably know what I'm talking about, but I knew. This is my jam. I know all about knitting. So she wants to make a headband that has some sort of detail in it. I'm thinking that it could be a, on this sort of cable yarn over. So you have this one here. And I got this idea that I'm gonna send her yarn and I'm gonna send her needles. That's the other thing I'm hoping that the baby and the husband will bring me. They're at the grocery store right now, and I'm hoping that they will bring me double pointed needles in the size 7 millimeters. And then I'm gonna ship these and the needles and a Valentine's Day card for her tomorrow. And I'm gonna write her a pattern for the headband. And I'm hoping we'll have some good video conferences when she tries to read the instructions that I'm giving her. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. This yarn is from my stash. It's from Pirtin kehräämö. It's 100% Finship wool, and the meterage is about 210 meters in 100 grams. And this is once again undyed yarn. The yarn was called a dark mid gray in the web store. And it's not the softest yarn, but it's soft enough. And I know I've been using Pirtin kehräämö before. I know that once you wash it, it becomes quite soft actually. I'm really excited about Finship wool, and I think it's gaining a popularity in Finland, and that's great. We have 3 original sheep breeds in Finland. We have Finship, we have Åland sheep, and then we have Kainuu Grey. And they're all yeah, what else? Yeah, I have 500. I had 500 grams of this in my stash. I bought it a Celeste pullover in mind, but I wasn't really happy with the color when I got that, because I want to knit garments for myself that are just right. I knew exactly the moment I opened the package that this is not the right gray for me. It's a bit too dark, and it has this, it's a warm gray because it's undyed, so it goes, it's just a tiny bit too brown for me. It's a beautiful color. It really is. I like it, but not for my Celeste. So I'm thinking that she will. I'm saying to her that she's gonna use hold the yarn. She's gonna hold the yarn double with her headband, so she'll have plenty of leftovers. But maybe she'll work on some mittens in the same yarn, or I will make her mittens from this or something, because this is a beautiful gray, and I think this is suitable for her. It's not just that I want to get rid of a yarn from my stash, so I'm shipping it off to her. No, I really think that this is a good gray for her. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. And then I actually I contacted the Pirtingehammer web store after receiving those yarns, and they have that. This is the dark mid gray, and they have a yarn called mid gray. Here it is. As you can see, this is more for me. But they didn't have this color when I was ordering things at the end of last year. Yeah, it was. And on my laptop screen, this looked just perfect. So I contacted the yarn store that this is not the right color for me. Can I ship it back to you guys? And when you have the mid gray, you ship it for me. And they said, yeah, no problem. And I forgot all about it. And a month went by, and I didn't contact them in any way. And since I'm a Finn, I got so embarrassed about that, leaving them hanging with this. So I went to the web store. They had the right color, so I just ordered. It. So I have a 1 kilo of this yarn. I will have 800 grams of this yarn, since I'm shipping 200 grams to my friend. But yeah, this is the Finnish way. We don't like confrontation at all. And embarrassment is the worst feeling that you can get. And we get embarrassed a lot. Yeah. But on we go. This is gonna be a Celeste pullover. I'm actually not sure if you're allowed to put the pictures of the patterns or pictures of other people's knitwear on there. I'm not sure. No, I don't think you can do that, but I will link it down below. Celeste pullover is this beautiful pullover by Finnish designer Sari Nordlund. She talks my language when it comes to knitwear. Everything she designs, I could just... We have similar styles. Oh. She has the style that I would like to have myself. I wish I was as stylish as she is. But yeah, I bought the pattern for Celeste pullover last year, just after having a baby, and I needed something to look forward to in the future. So I'm probably gonna cast on the sweater this spring. Because I live in Finland, we do need to have pullovers and knitwear for summertime as well. which is why I'm so happy with the Rose City rollers, because you do need to have woolen socks in spring and summertime as well in Finland. So these are kind of perfect for that. Yeah, but before the Celeste pullover, I plan to knit a Flaum cardigan for myself. And once again, I have Finnish wool. It's this off-white. I think it holds 2 strands of white and 1 strand of natural black. So I don't have a good enough camera to show you, but it's more like a very light heather gray, or even a sort of oatmeal color, but it's really beautiful. I have my cakes already with me. Yeah, and I bought this yarn. I don't remember from which farm this came from, and I'm ashamed. I think it started with the letter U, but that doesn't help me much. I tried to Google it, but I couldn't find it. But anyways, I bought it from the same knit fest that I bought the hedgehog fibers yarn with. It was such a lovely trip to Jyväskylä. I had some time off from work, and I took a train to Jyväskylä. I spent the night at the hotel just by myself. And it was Saturday, so knit first day, and then I went and I bought yarn for like 200 euros, because I had just found out that they were continuing my my work was continuing in the place that I was working. I'm still working at. So I was happy, and I felt like I had the money. Yeah, and then I went to visit my parents in Eastern Finland for a week, and it was lovely. Such good memories. That's what I love about knitting and buying yarn from travels, because you get the memories of the travels, and you get the memories of knitting the garment, and then you get the memories of wearing the garment. It's full of memories. I love it. Yeah, I think that's about all of it. I didn't talk about this. This is my Find Your Fate. But I can, if you guys want to hear about this, I can talk about this another time to you guys, because I feel like I've been rambling quite a lot. Yeah. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna publish this video. I'm gonna edit it, and I'm gonna publish it. Super excited. Super. I've been watching podcasts for about 4 years. Podcasts or blogs. I'm not sure what the correct term is. I'm gonna YouTube vlog. Mainly. YouTube channel. Yeah, I've been watching this for 4 years now, and from the start I felt like I want to do that too, and it only took making a baby and a pandemic to get me going. So yeah, what did you guys think of this? Do you want to see more of this? What sort of things do you want to see? I'm not probably going to release a new video for, I think, a month. I think once a month is realistic in my life right now, because I don't have that much time to knit, and I try to not to buy yarn, because I have almost 14 kilos of yarn. I have a 7-kilo baby. So I have yarn for 2 babies. So I try to I try to knit from the stash as much as I am inspired to. Yeah, I'm really excited since I decided to record this in English and not in Finnish. I'm hoping to gain views from around the world, and I would really love to hear from you guys. From where are you watching this? And if you have any questions for me, just shoot them under this video and I will answer the questions that I feel comfortable answering. I'm sorry. This is not my native tongue, as you can tell. But it's good to challenge yourself every now and then, and I feel that apart from having a baby, which is a whole new thing for me, I haven't been challenging myself that much in the last few years. So I feel like this talking in English and making a video and learning to use this new camera app with my phone, and then maybe doing some fun-ass editing on on computer later. I think it's good for me. I think you should challenge yourself every now and then. But yeah, let's see how this goes on. I think the husband and the baby will be back home quite soon and we'll have something to eat. I think my husband mentioned bringing home pizza, so I'm not complaining. And then I need to do some tidying up in this place and maybe going for a run at the evening. I've been super lazy this week and sort of not feeling like myself, so I think that Sunday run would do good for me and for the week to come. So yeah, thank you all for watching the first ever episode of Kutopia, and I hope to see you guys next time. Stay safe. Bye bye. I feel like I forgot to mention a lot in this episode, even though I had the notes, but they were crappy notes. So you can find me in Instagram and on Ravelry as Solinja. And I'm really not a big user of Ravelry. I mainly buy patterns from Ravelry, but I do have an account. So you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram. So see you guys there. Bye bye.